I'll put your link in the replies, and I'll send you the tweet so you can follow up. But awesome. Welcome to the DCTV pre-show.
Sir.
Two-time DCTV esteemed guest, Brandon Brown, DTP Daily Top Picks, is back in the lab on a gorgeous Thursday morning. I say gorgeous, but it's actually pretty crappy in Chicago. How is it in Boston?
Same. A little gray, a little damp, but it's better than snow, I'll tell you that.
What happened to the Celtics last night? Not their finest showing. I know you were boots on the ground.
Yeah, it was tough. A lot of missed opportunities. I mean, easy shots just not going down, and then they try to shoot themselves out of a rut. I feel like when we're relying on a 3-point shot and it's not going down, it gets bad for us. So I think we should have just moved the ball around, try to facilitate the ball better. But the Hornets, I mean, they were clicking on all cylinders, and that rookie is Continental and Brandon Miller were tearing us apart. It was a good little showing for a little bit until it got out of hand.
How are you feeling about their chances in the playoffs, Boston?
I think as long as everyone's healthy, I think we can do some serious damage. I still think Detroit's a favorite. I'm like when they're going, it's kind of tough, and then defensively, they're such a strong team, and Cade can do everything. But I think if we stay healthy and JB keeps playing at the level he's playing at, and we somehow get JT, I think we got a good chance to make a good run. But
they're battle tested. That's the thing you like about the Celtics. A lot of guys play a lot of playoff basketball on that roster. Detroit, that's not necessarily true.
Yes.
But they're loaded. I mean, they're young and they're loaded and they're playing really good basketball. Who are some other teams that kind of you don't want to run into in the playoffs if you're a Celtics fan?
I would say, I don't know, maybe Cleveland. Cleveland's a tricky one too. And the
really
way
disappointing exit for them last year. You feel like this is like,
I think Harden might give them that battery, that juice in their back, because Harden and Jared Allen, they're clicking, and if you see his numbers, he's seen a major increase in production since that trade. So I think again, if it all comes down to who can stay healthy. They gave us crap in 2024 when we won the championship because so many teams their star players were hurt. So they kind of said it was like an easy little cakewalk for us. But I mean, at the end of the day, you still got to win. So.
That's why that's what they always say about the Boston teams.
Yeah, for sure. We're never supposed to be there. They don't want us there.
A lot of rings.
Yeah. City of champs for a reason.
That is for sure.
We're not new to this.
Amazing. I just shared in our Discord, in our Slack group. Go, and I quote tweeted, or I commented you in the post.
Okay.
So if you want to share the link with your Discord and quote tweet it, we'll start getting some people in here warmed up before we attack the slate itself.
Sure.
I'm doing this new thing where I've got a little monitor to the side, and it's good from a efficiency perspective, but I get some bad angles.
Yeah.
I was looking at the video that I went to the gym this morning. I don't think it paid off 100%, but I'm trying to work on my posture.
The same here. I mean, I have my other monitor. I have on my left-hand side, and it's a vertical, and it does kind of help. But what I usually do is I separate the screen with the chat so I can see the chat going up and down, especially like when I'm on Twitch, because it gets a little hectic and people get a little pissy when I miss comments. So I try my best.
Everyone's a special snowflake in this world.
Exactly. We are live. All right, awesome. I'm just gonna post it to my Discord and get rocking and rolling.
Do you ever go live in the Discord, like for your VIP or for your like free community, or is it really just everything you do is on social media?
I think everything I've ever done is on social media. Usually when I stream on Twitch, it's linked to my Twitter and it's linked to my TikTok. So I think I end up streaming on like all three platforms, and I just shoot that over to my Discord, and usually people funnel in. I mean, again, during baseball, it gets a little hectic. It gets crazy. So I know a lot of people are super excited, but I think that's when we'll get back to our schedule program.
We're almost there. Are you covering the World Baseball Classic, or are you waiting for MLB regular season?
I'm waiting for the regular season. That's just my bread and butter. But I think I think you can honestly, if it's any money lines for USA and DR, I mean it's a go. They're playing insane. So I feel like you're always good for a money line for either or.
I love the World Baseball Classic. I think it's a terrific tournament. It's a fun tournament because it's really, first of all, you're playing for the flag. Who doesn't love playing for the flag?
Mm-hmm.
And it's also such an insane array of talent.
True.
You've got Shohei Ohtani batting against somebody and taking it very seriously. Like,
oh yeah,
he said he cares more about the World Baseball Classic than the World Series.
Hey.
Like the Japanese team, and in particular, I think cares a ton about this tournament. But you've got Ohtani facing off against some Australian baseball league guy who's an accountant by day, throwing 86-mile-per-hour fastballs. So it's just like cool. It's fun. Like it's where else couldn't you see that in a sport?
Exactly.
And I guess you could say the Olympics, but I feel like none of us are smart enough consumers of those like niche sports.
Yep.
And like soccer, everybody's good in the Olympics. Basketball, everybody's good in the Olympics for the most part.
Yeah. I think it's just taken more seriously. It's more elevated in those, especially like in all those countries. I mean, I don't know where soccer isn't a huge deal. And then,
America.
Exactly. And basketball is getting up there too. Like, but you don't really see, I feel like the only like top two countries that I think baseball is just like a priority, I would say, is Japan and like DR. Like their production of them bringing out elite prospects is unmatched. So
Venezuela's got some dudes.
True.
But those are the big guys. I think I'm trying to Puerto Rico, because they have their own team. They're good
as well. I was thrown off by Rafaela on the Netherlands.
I know. I mean, there's some crazy country affiliations.
I was like, people were trying to educate me on Twitter. I was still lost. It still threw me for a loop. So
a few friends of mine who played at Stanford are playing the Beck brothers. They're playing for Great Britain. I was texting one of them. I'm like, you're not British, dude. What are you doing? You're from Corona Del Mar.
When's the last time you went?
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever been to the United Kingdom? But it's fun. Like Team Israel, it's all just like Jewish guys from America. Literally. But love it. I mean,
just freestyling.
They're repping the flag. God bless.
At that point, they're just pointing at, you want to play? I know you want to play.
It's fun.
Grandmother's from where?
Yeah, exactly. Italy beat the Cubs the other day. I enjoyed that. That was kind of an interesting storyline. I'm actually going to the games in Miami, not this weekend, but the following weekend. So I'll be boots on the ground. I've always wanted to do the World Baseball Classic.
That's awesome.
So I will report back. Maybe we'll do a live stream.
Yeah, I can't wait for the season to start. It still hurts that Bregman's on the Cubs, but
yeah. How do you feel about the Red Sox 2026 season prospectus?
I mean, we definitely got a little better. I still wanted that power bat. I'm kind of upset that we never gave Pete Alonso a real deal contract. That's what I really wanted. I think his batting profile fits perfectly in Fenway. He usually plays good there, and I think that's what we originally needed. We needed a power bat, and we got rid of Rafa. We never really rectified that. So hopefully we can stay healthy. Duran looked good. Hit a few bombs. Roman looks good, but I'm like, I don't want to put too much stress on them. I'm sure Contreras is gonna be a great addition too, but I mean, eventually I feel like we still got to get a consistent 30 home run power hitter guy. Like, I still want that.
Big Poppy vibe.
Literally. And we had that with Rafi, and you get Bregman, then you don't give him a real contract. And then what do you expect? You're playing chicken with him. He told you had a better contract, and we didn't believe him. And now he's a Cub.
Feels like they're playing small ball, like mid-market ball. It doesn't make sense.
They want a discount, and you don't get that in free agency. Everyone gets overpaid in free agency. So
it's Boston. You're not the Milwaukee Brewers, guys.
I mean, I think it's a John Henry thing too, because I feel like a lot of his funds get allocated to his soccer team. So I don't feel as a fan that we Red Sox fans are a major priority for the team. I think they're just relying on, diehards to keep filling those seats, and they make a bunch of promises that they don't keep. So it gets frustrating as a fan, but
That's how
I still
we
feel-
get Boston guys walking around in Tampa Bay Devil Rays hats. That's how it
Yeah,
happens.
exactly.
Dell, thank you for showing some love in the comments. By the way, you're keeping the chat alive. Dell, a Dub Club Capper affiliate, great member of the community. Thanks for joining us this morning. Well, let's hop into it, Brandon. The pre-show is officially over. We are ready to attack a big NBA slate. But before we do, let me take a moment to introduce our esteemed guest, two-time Dub Club TV honored guest, back by popular demand after an absolute PhD level dissertation when it comes to finding value based on statistical trends in NBA prop markets. And he's gracing us with his presence today with a 10-pack of his favorite props. And not only that, for the people listening, you can use code MLB50 for 50% off your first payment to any DTP Dub Club subscription plan. I got the banner at the bottom of the screen. The link is in the comments. Brandon Brown, thank you for joining us again. Say hello to listeners at home.
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate you. It's always a good time, so I love it.
And thank you to our friends at Chalkboard for sponsoring the stream. Let's hop right into it.
Sure.
You got 10 plays we're going to go straight into it. We're going to go prop by prop, your favorite 10. It's a 9-game NBA slate tonight, if I counted correctly.
Yep. 9 games. We got some pretty good matchups.
It's an interesting time of the year where a lot of teams are tanking, so you really got to be thoughtful about who's actually going to play.
Exactly. Yeah.
And your first thing on the board that you like is Trae Young assists. I don't know if you want to share your screen or just walk through your research process, but what did you see in the data that made you want to hop on Trae Young assists?
I mean, I love the matchup. I think that defensively, he has a really good matchup against, what was he playing again? Against Utah. So Utah ranks 7th in assists allowed to guards. And I mean, he's making his debut, but I think I don't believe he's on a major minutes restriction. I think they're gonna let him play. I'm projecting at least, I want to say 23 up to 27 minutes, depending on how close this game is. But I think his assist at 6 is just extremely low. I mean, this is a guy that averages 10 to 12. So I think it's a no-brainer.
Are we in the circle of trust here?
We are.
I did not know Trae Young was on the Wizards. When did that happen?
A while ago. He wanted out. Him and Atlanta had a I guess I wouldn't say like a little disagreement, but he kind of didn't know his place in the system with Jalen Johnson playing so well. I'm like, I would build it. I mean, they're smart. They're building the team around Jalen Johnson because again, his game is completely elevated with Trae Young gone, and I think they recognize, hey, we kind of don't need him anymore. And he went to.
So why did the Wizards pick him up? Because they're at the bottom of the standings. He's a guy that sells tickets. But are they just like, is it an end of contract, trying to get draft picks? What's the situation?
I think that GM that's with the Wizards now originally drafted Trae Young. So I think that's why he felt more comfortable going to them. He requested it. He wanted to go there specifically. So I think he just wanted out. I think he just wanted a new fresh start. I don't believe his contract was up, but I think he really has a good connection with that GM. That GM believed in him. And I think that's what he's looking for. He's looking for a team that's going to go all in. I don't know if AD stays. I feel like they might move Anthony Davis. But who knows,
Because they're bad. It's weird to see a team in the bottom half of the standings.
Yeah.
Not in full-on take mode and acquiring superstars like Trae Young.
Cool.
So I've already learned something on the stream. This trade happened 2 months ago. Shows you how much attention I pay to the NBA. That's why we have the professionals on the program. I'm seeing this on chalkboard at 6.5. Do you like the spot enough to play it over 6.5? It's playing plus money, or are you only really playing this if you can get it at 5.5?
I think it's definitely doable. Again, it goes down to the minutes. I haven't seen anything that's saying that he's going to be on minutes restriction. So I mean, if he's not going to be restricted on minutes, I think that's still a very low line. I think he should be at 8.5. In my opinion, he should be at 8.5 because 6 and 7 is just too low. He can get that in a quarter. So, it's I'd still take it, but again, 28 minutes. If he can get 28 minutes, that's getting cleared
Love
easily.
it.
Yeah.
The next prop I have on your sheet here is another assist prop. Emmanuel Quickly, Raptors at the Timberwolves. Dell likes the Trae Young play, by the way.
Thank you, Dell.
Consensus, Dell. Thank you for the vibes. Let's keep it cooking. But if you disagree, don't be shy either.
That too.
The next play we got is Emmanuel Quickly, 5.5 assists over. What are you seeing in this matchup against the Timberwolves that makes you like that particular market for that player?
So right now, Brandon Ingram is questionable, and if he does end up not playing, Quickly is 80%. So 8 out of 10, he's cleared this 5.5 line without Ingram. With Ingram, he still has an immense amount of potential assists. He's averaging about 10.5. So still tons of opportunity. He's playing roughly around 34 minutes the last 5 games, so he's going to get a ton of playing time. So I think as long as these shots go down, he should not have an issue. Last 2 games, 12 assists, 11 assists. So I think 6 is kind of light.
What is there anything worse than when you're on an assist prop and the player is feeding open shooters and they're throwing up bricks?
Yeah.
We need to have like a market for that where it's like should be assists. And how do you consider that? Like, I know very little about the Raptors. Is a good field goal shooting team, or like, do you bake that in at all? Or are you really just looking at the matchups against the defense and the prior stats?
I'm like, they're not a heavy shooting team, but they play at a very quick pace. They like to run. So they're a good transitional team. So I feel like, they're always looking up. So I think that, again, as long as the Timberwolves defensively are not terrible, but Toronto got a lot of shifty guards on their team. Like Quickly can get in and out, like in and around anybody, and that pick and roll is usually his bread and butter with Barnes. So I think as long as they play like they usually play, I feel like again it's one of those props. It's kind of a no-brainer as long as everyone does what they're supposed to do what they get paid for.
Just do your job, guys.
Literally.
I have a question for you on timing, because obviously a lot of what you do and a lot of what every NBA capper that I talk to is trying to really handicap is who's playing, injury news, matchups, minutes. When we have a spot like this where you feel good about it no matter what, but you feel really good about it if a different player is out. I think you said Brandon Ingram. Like if Brandon Ingram's out, we feel really good about this.
Yep.
Will you bet it in the morning before you get injury news and then maybe double tap it in the afternoon if Brandon Ingram is confirmed as out? Will you wait until you see the injury news to play it at all? Or like, what's your approach where a player is questionable and you kind of have a hunch off of that reality?
Yep.
How do you think about playing the bet before and after the final injury news drops?
So for me, it also depends on the player, but with Quickly, even playing with Ingram, he still has great potential to hit that assist line. I would even ladder this. I think you can max it out, honestly. For 7.5, for 8 assists, it's plus 247, which is beautiful odds. I think what I try to do is I get in a few, I mix and match with some parlays, but then something like this, I would definitely ladder. And then once confirmed that Ingram's out, I mean, these odds are going to get plummeted. They're going to get smoked. So I think it's better to get that value in early, lock that in, just so that later on when it is confirmed that Ingram out, you feel like you haven't lost on a great play.
Love it. Okay, let's keep moving. Next one we're moving away from assists and towards rebounds. Boardman gets paid. Don't forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Late night tip-off out west. Nuggets, Lakers, battle between two strong teams led by strong Eastern European ballers.
Yes, sir.
But you like Cameron Johnson in this one. Eyes on the rebound market, over 3.5. What are you seeing in the numbers that makes you like this particular spot?
I think it's mispriced. I'm like, this dude averages about 5 to 6. He is questionable, so I know he rolled his ankle, so that's a major concern. I didn't see that earlier. But again, he gets a lot of minutes, good opportunity. He's averaging, I want to say, almost seven rebound chances. So with that, I'm like, he clears his line. Again, he's another one, 90% against that defensive ranking. So he's only missed that line once when going up against a defense ranked between 16 to 20 in his position. So if he does play, hopefully, this should be another easy one. It's minus 182 on FanDuel, so it's pretty juiced. So I think this is another one that you can even ladder too. I think you can get 5 or 6. And again, beautiful odds. You're getting 6 rebounds at plus 253. Good ladder opportunity as long as he's playing. But I love it.
Very cool. Dell had a really good point in the comments. He's feeding us. You got a spot you like. You got a market you like. You're playing it because you think the usage or the minutes is going to be high. I notice a lot of your props are like one market.
Yep.
Rebounds or points or assists. Have you ever experimented with like these rebounds plus assists or points plus assists markets where you can kind of benefit from the minutes and the usage and the activity while maybe not exactly having the game script nailed, or you prefer having those single markets where you just like the spot because that particular statistic you feel the highest confidence in? You understand my question?
Yeah. I also think it depends on the player. Like I have Asure Thompson I like for rebounds and assists. I think he's the type of player he can go either way. Sometimes he's boarding up, sometimes he's dishing. A player like Cameron Johnson, he's not gonna pass the ball at all. That dude's either chucking or grabbing. So I think it depends on the player profile. I do experiment every now and then. It depends on the player. I like the Thompson twins, Amen Thompson and Asure Thompson. I think you can pretty much do them for both any given moment. Both those guys are freak athletes, and it just depends on the player. Even Peyton Pritchard, I had Derek White. I had him for 9.5 rebounds and assists. So those are players that I usually like. I have my specific guys that I look for rebounds and assists or any like combo props. Even Cade Cunningham, 15.5 rebounds and assists. I'd still take that too. Because that dude can drop like 10 dimes to get 6 boards in a heartbeat. So it just depends on the player for me.
Depends on the player. Yeah. Depends on the matchup. Love it. Okay, next game / prop we got. Heat at home against the very, very bad Brooklyn Nets. Heat are right there in the midst of the play-in. They're at the 8th seed right now. It's crowded in that really 5 through 10 seeding zone. So this is an important game for them. You like Andrew Wiggins over 4.5 rebounds. Back to the rebound market. What are you seeing in that matchup where you feel really good about Wiggins? This is another one where I'm seeing on Chalkboard it's at 5.5, but you're getting that plus money. So talk us through the matchup. And if someone's listening and scrolling their Chalkboard app, would you feel good about it at 5.5 or tease it down to a smaller number?
I mean, as long as it's not a blowout, which I'm hoping it's not. I think again, he has a great opportunity. He's playing about 30 to 31 minutes. He's almost getting, I would say, it says 10.3 rebound chances. So the opportunity is there. And when he has that amount of chances against that defensive rank, he's another guy that's 80% hit rate. So 8 out of 10, he clears those lines. So I think as long as he's getting those opportunities and he has those great minutes, he can definitely get it done. I had a little gripe with him. He was in the doghouse for a little bit because I had him for the same line and he got 4 rebounds, but he had a lot of chances. He had cleared the line, but they stat corrected him.
Oh,
so
the worst.
It was a little painful, but I think he gets it done. I think he can get it done. And then you have Powell out. You got some good players that are not playing. I mean, Powell's been out for some time, I guess, but even without him, he's cleared the line 4 out of 5 times. So I think again, good opportunity, good usage. As long as the game stays, I mean, fairly close. Spread is -13 for Miami.
That's the thing that scares you if he's not playing in the fourth quarter.
Exactly. So I mean, if you can get it done early, we're hoping and we're praying. I don't think I would take it at 5.5. I think I would either take it at his 4.5, or if you want, water it down to 4 to make you feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, pushing's winning.
Yeah.
I live by that creed.
Yeah.
I mean, his last 5, he's averaging 6 boards, but that's kind of against Philly, which is 3 games ago. He only had 2. The other 4 games, he was 7, 6, 8, 7. So he's been clearing.
Yeah.
And they just played Brooklyn like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was on the 3rd, and he had 7 boards. So
yeah. How do you think about when it's the same team 2 games in a row? Do you throw how heavily are you baking in last game stats and game script?
Yeah.
Or you think it makes it easier to cap, harder to cap? I've heard different perspectives on this matter.
It depends, because I'm like, if they're playing if the player had played heavy minutes and they say it's like an overtime game or a double overtime game, I usually tend to just not touch it because I think that dude's gassed out. I'm afraid sometimes of back-to-backs, especially when someone's playing over 30 minutes. That's a lot. But again, I feel like if the line, it depends on the projected line. If it's low enough and you feel comfortable enough that they can get it, because sometimes their line is just a little bit, it's just mispriced, it's just off. And if I find a discrepancy in the market, I'm gonna take it either way. But if it's a lot of minutes and you're like me and you're a little bit hesitant on some back-to-backs, it doesn't hurt to just take a breather on certain players, just to make sure that you're not getting too overexposed on props that you love.
And the other thing is, so they played in Miami their last game, but it wasn't yesterday. It was 2 days ago. So that's interesting. And they won by 26 points. Miami won by 26 points. So the fact that this spread is only 12.5, that's telling me, I think Vegas thinks this game is going to be a little bit more competitive, which I think helps our narrative here with Wiggins. Yep. If he was getting to, he was clearing 7.5 boards in a total blowout, and Vegas thinks this is going to be much more competitive today, I feel pretty good about that.
It'd be golden. Yep.
Yeah. Well, just go do your job, Andrew. Simple. Okay. We've got 5 more props, but only on 2 teams. So we're going to take our time with these last 2 games. Let's start with the team that you said is one of the big teams to watch in the Eastern Conference, the Pistons from the fine city of Detroit, Michigan, headed to San Antonio to face an outstanding Spurs team. You've got 2 plays you like in this one, both on the Detroit side. Let's start with the more niche player and market, Duncan Robinson. Many know him from his final 4 days at the Michigan Wolverines. Over 1.5 assists. How'd you come up with this one, Brandon? This one you really had to dig deep in the well.
I've been milking this line. This dude has been cashing out early with the 2 assists. Him and PJ Washington for 2 assists. If they're gonna keep putting their lines at 1.5 at this good amount of odds, I'm gonna take it every single time. They get plenty of chances. Usually, this can even be a first half prop. How quick these guys cash it. I'm just taking a taking the opportunity of good odds on a very small mispriced assist line. He's 8 for 10, 80% hit rate. He's 70% for the last 20 games as well. And he gets enough chances. He gets it done fairly quickly. So I love it. He gets about 4 chances. I know he's known for the 3-point shooting, but 2 assists, I just think it's too low. It's too low for him.
He cleared this in 5 straight games. Why are market makers not adjusting this line? Why is it still sitting there at 1.5?
I don't know. And it's good on underdog too, because it's I think it was a fixed prop. So you're getting like full value on that, which is insane. I think this is even better on a DFS app. So if you can get it on better underdog, Prize Picks wouldn't. I don't think Prize Picks would have this line. I think they know better, but I think you can still get PJ Washington as well. But yeah, this line is just way off. It makes no sense why they keep putting it at this. This would be like at least a minus 250.
I would imagine they're not getting a ton of volume on the Duncan Robinson assist market. So maybe we can just, if we're quiet, we can just sneak and keep cashing this bad boy around. The other prop that you like on the Detroit side in this game, a guy who's a little bit more well-known, Cade Cunningham. You like him over 5.5 rebounds. What are you seeing in the stats? He's cleared this 4 out of his last 5.
Yep.
What do you like about the matchup or the statistics that it makes this one of your top 10 for the day?
Well, San Antonio, they rank 4th in rebounds allowed to guards. So I think that is an ideal matchup for Cade. He's averaging about 7 boards over the last 10 games, and he's getting almost 10 rebound chances. So again, good volume. It's Cade, so you know he's going to play the minutes. The last 5 to 8 guards all cleared their lines, their rebound lines. They all smoked them. So again, you're getting good opportunity. Even Jose Alvarado, who's like 6'1", is clearing his rebound line. So I mean, if you got him grabbing the boards, I think Cade's a no-brainer. And the last time they played, I believe, was February 23rd, and he cleared the line. He looked like he played about 35 minutes. So I mean, good opportunity. Again, you just gotta do your job. As long as you do your job, we should be golden.
Love it. Okay, let's go to the last game where you have covered one of your top 10, and you got 3 of them. Yep. I believe we maybe already started talking about this. Yes, we did on the Raptors side. But let's head to the T-Wolves side. The T-Wolves are the home team. The T-Wolves are the favorite, 5.5-point favorite. Totals 226.5. So we're expecting a lot of points in the T-Wolves versus the Raptors matchup. Raptors and T-Wolves both poised to make the playoffs and avoid the dreaded 4-team play-in.
Yep.
You've got 3 plays you really like in this one. Let's go first with the most niche, I would say. Chicago zone Ayo Dosunmu. Over 2.5 assists. How is Ayo fitting in Minnesota? Obviously, I followed him pretty closely when he was a Bull. Sad to see him go.
Yep. Great
Bull, great Fighting Illini alum. How's he doing in Minnesota? Why do you like him to get 3 or more assists tonight?
I just think it's really low for him. I think they actually changed. I think they bumped his line to 3.5 now. I don't know if you can get it.
You got it at 2.5.
Yeah, I got him at 2.5.
No, you're right. I see it at 2.5 on chalkboard.
Yeah. So if you can get him at 2.5, I would lock that in. I think it's just mispriced. I don't think. I think with his opportunity, his production, this is just a very low line. I believe Toronto ranks 2nd in assists allowed. And again, these guards are clearing their lines. And as long as he plays his decent amount of minutes, I mean, 26 minutes is not bad. That's pretty good run time. He gets about, what was his potential assists? I mean, up to 7. So I think it's just too low. It's just way too low. It's a great price at minus 158. Another ladder opportunity if you'd like. But I just think this is just a low, very low line. Even though he's projected, I think he can get at least 5. If I can ladder it up to 5, I'd do it.
Oh, look at you. Go off, King. Let's look. Well, I can only see it alt assists over 3.5 on chalkboard. 2.3x. Pretty darn good, but you know, Other markets may have more availability.
Mhm.
Okay, Io, best of luck. Rebounds. We're going to the big guys in Minnesota. Julius Randle over 6.5 boards. He's cleared this only in 3 of his last 5. A lot of your props thus far, they've been clearing in 5 or 4 of the last 5. But clearly you see something here. What is it that you like with Julius Randle, whether it's matchup, usage, stats, where you feel like this is one of your fave plays?
I think from a usage standpoint, when it comes to boards, he ranks about, I want to say, either 2 or 3rd in rebound usage. He gets up to like 13 chances. I'm saying he's probably averaging from like 9 to 10 chances the last 5 games. So the opportunity's there. I don't even know how these games. He had some of these games where he had 9 opportunities and only had 3 boards. Again, Toronto ranks I think they're top 10 in rebounds allowed to forwards. So
look at that stat. I love that you just had it on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah. So good opportunity. It's a good matchup. You wanna attack these teams that are giving up a lot of opportunities. That just makes the most sense. If they're gonna give those opportunities to those specific guys, it's best to exploit it. And I think he can get 6 easily. His line at 6 is minus 224. So at minus 128 for 6.5, that's really good value. I wouldn't quite ladder it. If you want another opportunity, you can do RAs, you can do rebounds and assists. Randall likes to dish every now and then, even though I think he's more of a rebounder. His line's at 11.5, kind of high. If you can get it at a little bit lower, I feel more comfortable at 10.5. I think that would be a good line. But 11.5 at minus 108, very pushed on the under. Minus 122 is not too bad. But if you can get it at a lower, if you can do an alternate line at 10.5, maybe 9.5 to be a little safe, I love it.
Look at you. I mean, clearly you know your stats because you said Toronto top 10 rebounds, assists, excuse me, rebounds allowed to forwards. And your final fave prop of the day, another over rebounds from a big guy on Minnesota playing the Raptors. Naz Reid over 5.5. Similar story or anything different in terms of this matchup? I think we already heard it with respect to Randall.
Yep.
What else would you add with respect to this particular market?
I mean, him at 6 at minus 159 is absurd to me because this dude, he gets 6 rebounds any given day. Out of the last 20 games, he's cashed 17 times. So it's an 85% hit rate, which is absolutely absurd. I just think at minus 159, the odds are just off. I think that this should be a little bit more juiced. I don't think it's gonna stay here. I think they're probably gonna newt these odds, so it's best to get it while you can. And he gets the same amount of opportunities. Actually, he gets more than Randall, 10.4. So I mean, he fits the profile. He gets the opportunities. Has a great matchup, and just 6 for him is just too low. He can get that done early.
It's already up to 6.5 on chalkboard, paying about even money.
Mm-hmm.
For you clearly like kind of living in that minus 120 to minus 180 world in terms of odds.
Yeah.
Is that kind of your sweet spot kill zone? How do you think about, taking an extra point for getting some extra payout, or you prefer to just be winning more and having a little bit more juice to deal with?
I'll dibble and dabble with some like extra juice lines. Like again with Trae Young at 6 assists, I think that line is gonna get smoked. So something like that, I would definitely ladder. I'll probably do like a 4-leg a plus 200 odds, like on like top 4 props that I really love that I think are just like projected just way too low. For someone around like Naz Reid who flirts around that prop line, like that's the most you're usually gonna get out of him. I wouldn't per se ladder it unless somebody was out. Like if Randall was out, then that's a good opportunity for you to even ladder that and get more juiced odds. I mean, at 10.4 for him, I just put the information in. He's hit that line every single time in the last 20 games. So he's 100% for 10.4 chances against a team that's in this top 10 rank. So I'm like, it's a given. It's a go.
Love it. Okay, we made it to the end of the top 10. I'm gonna read them back hyperspeed.
Yep.
Well, before I do that, all overs. Is that you? Do you just not like betting unders, or is it just today's slate in particular? You're feeling in an overy kind of vibe.
I usually do overs. I feel like sometimes I do unders if they're playing against a really tough defense, I would like to do unders. But I feel like just me personally, I get cooked anytime I do an under. So I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I'll dibble and dabble, but I stick to what I know. I'm a man of habit, so
you got to know the riches are in the niches.
Exactly. It's what gets me paid. So I stick to what I know. I try to just again exploit those weak matchups, and you can do it even the other way around. You know, if it's a tough matchup and you're going with a guy that not typically fits the profile of an assist guy, like Nas Reed's not an assist guy. So if he's going against a tough defense and his line right now is at 2.5 for the overs plus 132, and they're a tough defense. They're number 2 in defensive ranking on assists against forwards. So he would be a good opportunity to do the under in this case. But I just feel like if I do that, he's going to turn into prime Jason Kidd. So
you got to pick your spots, right? You got to go through the sniper scope.
Exactly.
I kind of like betting unders. I think I'm a little bit of a sicko in that way. It's a good like villain vibe where you're just hoping for nothing to happen.
But they tend to hit more. So
yeah,
statistically, they're the better prop.
People don't like betting them. I mean, that's the reality.
I know I don't.
Okay, let's do the top 10, and then I'm going to ask you for your favorite one. We're going to give it out for free on socials and do a little marketing blitz around it. I kind of think I already know the answer, but I want you to double confirm. So from top to bottom, we got, and it's all overs. Trae Young assists, Emmanuel Quickly assists, Cam Johnson boards, Justin, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, Champagne points. I don't even think we talked about it. Love the name though. Wiggins over boards, Dosumu assists, Julius Randle boards, Duncan automatic Robinson assists, Cade Cunningham boards, Nas Reed boards. Give us your top 2. I want a 2-man, and I think I know. I'm going to write it down in my brain, and I see if it's correct. But you go first.
So my top 2 is definitely going to be Trae Young, and I'd say Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, I knew it. I had written it down.
Those are my 2. I feel like those are just those are green lights. I feel like those get done quick in a hurry. Again, I think Trae Young's line is just way too low. I think they expect. I looked up. I haven't seen anything about minutes restriction, but even if he is restricted, 5.5 is just way too low for a guy that averages like almost 10. For a whole season. So we're not gonna disrespect him like that. And then again, Duncan Robinson, 1.5. I'm riding that line until these bookmakers know better. So I'm gonna take it. And PJ Washington, if you can get him at 1.5, he's in the same boat as Duncan Robinson. Just the line's mispriced, and they get it done fairly quickly. So
hopefully, none of the bookmakers are listening to this, and we don't ruin the Duncan Robinson party. But I love the both plays. We're gonna lay them up together and have some fun, little community sweat for this evening slate. Brandon Brown, as good as advertised, always. Thank you for coming on the program. Thank you for taking care of the subs. Remember, use code MLB50 for 50% off your first payment on all plans. Link is in the reply. DTP, give us a parting thought from the professor of player props.
I will say this. These are all just suggestions and insight onto what I do. I feel like the biggest thing for everybody, especially people who want to get into capping, find your groove, find where you find success, and then even follow some cappers that that have good strategies. Just pick. The way I've done it is I just found some of the people that I really love to tail, and I pick their brains and I try and put my little spin off of it. And I think, if as long as you do that and you're successful, you can anyone could do this. So it's just about being consistent, finding your groove, and just being transparent. That's the main thing.
Wise words from a wise man. Brandon, thank you as always. Hell of a fun stream. And let's go 10 for 10.
Yes, I'd love that.
Sounds good. Talk soon, my friend.
All right, thank you.
Bye. I gotta end the stream.